Welcome to Chris and Chad Pitch a Movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Chad,
I'm Chris.
and today we're going to pitch a movie.
We got drunk while we were playing video games, and we started pitching a movie, and we were like, wait, turn the camera on.
You know what would make a good show? Us being drunk and pitching a movie.
So here's what we got to do.
Oh, God.
Is it a movie? Is it a mini-series? Or is it a television show?
Movie.
We want to do a movie. All right, what genre do we want to do? Do we want to do like a sci-fi thing? Do we want to do a horror film? Do we want to do like a...
90s action.
So an action film. Don't limit it to 90s, because we can cast anyone throughout time.
Yeah, but it's 90s action movies are different than now action movies. It's not as over the top now. It's going to be grounded.
I wouldn't.
So you can't have fucking people blowing up.
I wouldn't say John Wick is grounded.
I don't know.
He walks into a room and kills 40 people without breaking a sweat. That's not very...
No, he breaks a sweat. He gets the shit beat out of him.
Nah.
Have you ever seen John Wick?
I've seen all three.
I don't think you have.
Remember the knife fight in the knife museum?
What, the scene when they're in the fucking with the mirrors and everything?
No, the three Chinese guys. And
Yeah,
like,
that was when they're in the room with like the
and
mirrors
they're ready to
He
fight.
was fucking getting the shit beat out of him.
I know, that fight's so brutal. Because he's just stabbing a dude, and then the other guy just throws it at him, and just... He really like holds a guy down and just stabs him like 20 times.
Yeah, there's 90s action where it's
Are you
over
sure
the
you're not
top.
thinking of 80s action? Like Commando and RoboCop and...
They kind of blend together.
No, because 90s action is like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan.
What is it coming out of my mouth?
Yeah. Like it's more like comical, goofy, upbeat. But then again, you got
You
Beverly.
ever heard of Gefilte Fish?
Yeah.
I fucking love Rush Hour. Fuck you.
No, I like that movie too. Isn't that where I Want No Trouble comes from?
Why don't we ever talk about Rush Hour?
Because I don't like talking about that. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, what's there to say? It's a really loud, annoying black guy in Jackie Chan.
Fuck you, Chris Tucker's amazing.
No, he's great, but his character's supposed to be annoying as fuck. Remember the opening? Everyone's just shitting on him.
Yeah, but he's doing cool
Okay,
dance moves and stuff.
Alright, anyway, 90s action. What's the plot? Daughter kidnapped, drugs on the street,
Save the president.
save the president. Who's the president? Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Paul
let's do it.
Giamatti is
He
the
didn't get his
president.
presidential rep.
He played Hamilton. Or no, Alexander in that HBO miniseries that's supposed to be fucking really good.
Yeah.
But let's make him the president. Why? Who's kidnapping him and why?
Russians.
Of course.
We're going
80s.
80s, 90s.
Whoa, let's do North Koreans. 90s. Because I watched World Is Not Enough the other day, and the villains were Koreans.
Alright, we can do North Koreans.
Let's do North Koreans, but like they won't be like North Koreans like nowadays. Well, they'll be North Koreans in the minds of people back then, so just guys in Chinese military uniforms. You know? Yeah. Okay, so the North Koreans capture the president because...
Can we make a joke that they think they're Chinese the whole time? And they're like, we're Korean.
Nah. I mean, that can be slipped in. Some
Alright.
kind of Chinese or something. And then, no, it's Korean. And that's...
We'll work it in.
Yeah, I got the scene in my head. So, why is Action Man... Who's Action Man in this? Who's our hero?
Bruce Campbell.
No.
Why?
That wouldn't work, because now we're making a comedy. I don't want to make a comedy. I want to make a serious action film if we're going to make an action film. I say...
Are we sticking to actors only in the 80s and 90s? Or can we just pick anybody?
Anybody. Who do you
Clive
want?
Owen.
Clive Owen?
He didn't get... Have you seen Shoot 'Em Up?
I liked him in Shoot 'Em Up, and I liked him in
Sin City.
Children of Men.
Yeah, Sin City was great in too.
Okay, so Clive Owen is our hero. What is he, like a security guard? No, he's on tour with his daughter when the White House gets captured, but it's not like a bang bang shoot capture. It's just a guy walks into the Oval Office and points a gun at the president, and he's like, "What? Paul Giamatti's doing his thing, you know?" And then he's like, "Security!" And then he looks, and both the security guards are Korean. And he's like, oh, shit. And Clive Owen is walking past the Oval Office, and he sees this, and he's got his kid with him, and now he's got to, like, figure out how to save the president and get his daughter out of there.
All right.
Who's the daughter?
What's her name?
Ellen Page.
No, the other one.
Ellen.
No, the other young actress.
Judi Dench.
She's blonde.
Marissa Tomei. Marissa Tomei is the ex-wife who calls him up when
Yeah.
he's like trying to sneak and his cell phone goes off.
Where's my daughter?
Goddamn cunt! That's all he says and hangs up, and then the Koreans start shooting at him in the air vent.
Alright, we'll do Ellen Page just because I can't
No,
think of the other.
I
Who's the actress, the blonde,
which one are you thinking
little
of?
blonde girl that was in everything?
Oh, Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, thank you.
I went to school with her cousin, and I met her at a birthday party.
Cool. Anyway,
She was a cunt. And this was after War of the Worlds, so she was a
so
little
Dakota
bitch.
Fanning was a...
Yeah. She
Oh,
was
that
a
sucks.
little cunt to me.
Oh.
She was walking around, because she was just in a movie, you know, so she's walking around like her shit don't stink, and I was like, you're bad. I don't like that.
She probably also looked at you and you're like,
I just on drugs.
Oh, yo, Dakota!
My hair's pink. What's up? I'm tripping.
Alright. So, how does he get rid of the daughter to save everybody?
He puts her in a closet. No, he gives her to the kitchen staff because it's a kindly old black woman.
Alright.
Who's the kindly old black lady?
Uh,
And she'll get shot saving the little girl. It'll be like,
Whoopi.
I hate Whoopi Goldberg.
What? Have you seen Sister Act?
It doesn't matter. I just hate her as a person.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry and
It's what they
drag.
do.
No. Who did Big Mama?
Oh, Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence. All right.
Martin Lawrence will play the waiter or whatever, right? And
It
then,
doesn't even have to be a woman. Just have it be Martin
yeah,
Lawrence.
it has to be a kind black. Oh, Morgan Freeman.
No,
as the
Martin
girl.
Lawrence.
Okay, Martin Lawrence.
Because he has the comic relief with the daughter. You need to
Right.
have the daughter plot be a little comical
The daughter.
to make it seem like she's not going to die.
We're gonna rip off Jurassic Park. The daughter's a hacker, so she's able to hack
I
into
hate
the.
that.
I know she's able to hack into the White House security systems to help her dad.
I
She'll
was
like.
hoping more of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie where they take over the ice rink and the kids just go off and do stupid shit. Doesn't matter the plot.
No. I want it to be like she's like my dad's out there, and Martin Lawrence.
Martin's like, how do you know how to do this shit?
You know computers.
God, that was an Eddie Murphy
Yeah, I know.
voice.
And
Eddie Murphy.
There
Fuck
we go.
Martin
Eddie
Lawrence.
Murphy. What do you mean you need to use a computer?
Yo, how do you know how to do this shit?
Yeah, and so
That was a
So,
good Eddie Murphy
yeah,
voice. I
so
gotta say.
she's like, do you know where the main server room is? And that's the B plot. It's her to get to the server room.
Eddie Murphy's like, what's the server room?
He's like, I just deliver fish or whatever, you know. He's like, he's the guy who like chops fish, and like he's like, I can't believe I came to work on a fucking Saturday, and then it all goes off, you know. Sunday's the motherfucking Lord's Day.
I was supposed to be here today.
Yeah, and then like the little girl will like be sneaking in because the dad and her there's like a shootout and they get separated. Like they cross a hallway. The dad goes first, and then when the little girl goes to sneak, a Korean like turns. What's the guns they use? Uzis.
Wait.
Gotta be right.
The dad has to be friends with the cook, though. He has to have an in to being there. So the
Yeah,
cook,
the cook got him a
the
special
cook got him a
after hours tour of the
Yeah.
White House.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's why he's there. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm doing you a favor. And then, you know, oh, that's good. And then he sees the little girl and he's like, Jane or whatever, get your ass in here. And they like hide in the kitchen together. And then like,
Clive Owen's like, Clive Owen is an ex-CIA operative
no,
who only
he's
now.
just an ex special agent.
Do you know what he does?
Yeah, he doesn't like to talk about it.
All right. What's he do now, though?
Cleans boats in Tampa Bay.
No, he's a food truck worker.
No, I like it better that he's like, the opening scene will be like him like scraping barnacles with his shirt
You
off.
know, an open scene of him working a food truck, being like, God damn.
No, because we got to show off his muscles and stuff.
All right, so him like pulling the boats in with his muscles and scraping the barnacles.
Yeah, that's
off
what I'm
and stuff.
saying. And
All
they're
right.
like,
That's the cheesy 90s.
yeah, and it's like in the opening, and it's like sunset, and like we can have an opening song.
Clive Owen is seen like that. Clive Owen's not that muscular. You want to put Arnold in this? Total miscast of father-daughter.
Yeah, but then we're just making Commando, you know? Let's put
we put-
Stallone.
No, can we put Jean-Claude?
But Jean-Claude is not. I don't. Mr. President.
No. What's Eddie Murphy's name?
Oh, it's gotta be something.
Francis.
Keyshawn.
No, that's racist.
Hernan. He's Hernan.
That's racist.
I know.
Francis.
It's the 80s, 90s, man.
I gotta focus. Inner Jean-Claude. Francis,
Oh.
you gotta take care of my daughter.
No.
I got it. It's perfect.
You're doing like Scottish art.
I know it's
It's so bad. What about Dolph Lundgren? as the main character. Why not?
Alright, whatever.
We can get him for cheap. You know that. He's not as expensive as ours. We can definitely get him. Okay, so we got Dolph Lundgren as the main character. What should his name be? Something gay like John Everyman or something.
It's
Tom,
Charles Knox.
Charles Knox. What about Charles Friedman? Like Friedman. You know?
He's taking that from Boondocks.
Yep. Yeah, we'll call him Stink Meaner.
Are we doing Sylvester or... Let's do Sylvester.
I like Dolph better though. Because Dolph would be that scene where he's like scraping barnacles and he's just fucking ripped.
You have like the wife beater that's like ripped and frayed
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah. No,
Alright,
he's
whatever.
wearing one of those dumb half shirts.
He has to have the aviators on.
Yep. And yeah, aviators and a trucker hat.
Yeah,
And
alright.
And he's smoking a cigarette. And then and then some hot ladies walk by and he does that. And that way you know he's not gay because he just looked at women.
Then his daughter walks by and he goes, oh.
Yeah. And then she goes, Dad! And he goes, what?
He's like, your mother divorced me a year ago.
Why is he cleaning boats in Miami if he's about to take his daughter on a trip to the White House?
It's in the morning. They're taking a plane.
Dad, we're gonna be late for our trip. Oh, and that way we can do like them flying, and at the same time we can see the North Koreans setting up their plans and stuff. Like,
Yeah, so you have like the little separate things.
it'll cut from them
It's
like
90s cheesy, like
ding, ding, and like he's too big for his seat. We'll have that seat, and then he'll go to put his seatbelt on and be like, you know, and then
Dakota just goes.
it'll cut to North Koreans like slitting Secret Service throats, and then straight back to him being like, "Where's the bathroom?" You know.
Alright, so we're leading into the scene where Dolph Lundgren hands over the daughter to Eddie Murphy.
Right.
What's Dolph Lundgren sound like?
Swedish. I will break you.
You must protect my
No,
daughter.
again, you do the same voice for any time you try to do it. Anyway.
You will protect my daughter.
Okay.
Okay, I'll protect your daughter.
Oh my god. So, Dolph Lundgren gives his daughter to... That'll be the B plot. We'll work on the B plot in a second. Who's the main villain? Who do we cast?
We have to cast, what's his name? Fuck, piece of shit. My brain.
Bobby Lee?
No, fucking...
Bobby Lee's actually Korean. So,
I wasn't even thinking of a Korean actor. to be
Bobby Lee
honest.
can be number 2.
Jet Li.
Jet Li can be the main villain. Bobby Lee will be like...
Bobby Lee's the comic relief henchman.
Who teams up with Dolph Lundgren. Because he's like, I don't want to do this. You know, he's like...
No, he's get killed.
Well, he gets
No,
killed.
he needs to try to fight.
Eddie Murphy.
All
They
right.
get into a fight in the kitchen, right? So he's shooting at Eddie, but he wastes all his bullets. So he drops his gun and pulls out a knife, and then Eddie Murphy looks, and there's like knife, and he looks back and he grabs and he comes up with a ladle. Comedy fucking gold.
Or how about he looks and he pulls up a fucking butcher cleaver?
No, that's too cool. I'm thinking he's the comic relief. So he's looking left, looking right. Obviously he's looking for a kitchen knife. He sees a handle, but it's under a pot. So he grabs the handle and he's like, "Wah!" And then he looks and it's a ladle. And then Bobby's like, "Oh," and then he throws it at him and hits Bobby
Dings
in
him
the
in the
head. Yeah, and then they chase each other for a little bit. And then Bobby like trips down the stairs and breaks his neck or something. And then Eddie can be like, "Got you," or whatever.
Oh shit! That was close.
Yeah. Told you I had it. And then the daughter's like, "Sure."
She's like, God damn it. Alright.
So Dolph Lundgren sees the president being held hostage, gives his daughter to the kitchen staff. What does he do first? He goes to try and find
They're in the White House?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know the White House schematics.
Neither do I. Just make it up as you go. I said there's stairs. I don't know if there's stairs in the White
Can
House.
we make it not the White House and make it just like a hotel that the president was going to?
No, that's lame as shit because he's getting the after hours tour of the White House. And that way we can have the whole tech thing. So, like,
Yeah.
the White House security systems, she can be, like, turning on, like, the sprinklers, like, making
Alright, so it's
doors.
going to be horrible 90s action where they take the rooms, but it doesn't
Yeah.
match the actual map
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
White
yeah,
House.
yeah.
Alright.
Impossible space, they call it.
Alright, so how does he get away from the initial Korean guys first?
So he just straight up outruns them. He just straight up outruns them.
Does he lock him out of the room?
Yeah, he's just running down a hallway real fast.
Do
Like,
some flippity flips?
yeah. Oh, so there's like a lady pushing a cart, and she goes, "Oh no!" And like he jumps over her, and the Koreans light her up. You know.
Alright, So he does that, and then he ends up into the Lincoln office, whatever that
In the
is.
Lincoln bedroom.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck. And he sees the pistol that shot Lincoln on the table, John Wilkes Booth's little single shot. So he grabs it and he goes, can't believe it's loaded. Or whatever. And he shoots the Korean and he goes, payback, Mr. President. And puts the gun down or some stupid thing like that. Now he's got a machine gun. What are the guns our villains are using? It's got to be stereotypical 90s stuff. Spas 12s, those shotguns that never saw actual military use. But every movie had them.
We do have to do Uzis. Can we do Tech 9s?
Tech 9s, MP5s.
No, we need to keep it simple.
Okay, Tech 9s,
Tech 9s
and the
the
Spas.
shotgun.
Yeah. And our lead character will find up the P90. Do you know what the P90 is?
No.
Dude, it was in every fucking movie. This guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Our lead will have one of those. I almost want him to have two, but that's just stealing from Invasion USA.
Alright, so we need to have the scene where he has 3 Koreans breaking into the Lincoln bedroom, and he has to fight them off and try not to get shot.
Yeah.
So he grabs one, breaks the shotgun, just punches right through it.
Yeah. Oh, he grabs him, and the guy puts the shotgun up like this, and he punches through it.
Then
Yeah.
he grabs a piece of the broken shotgun, throws it at the other guy's head. The guy drops the machine gun.
He picks it up before it hits the ground.
The Uzi.
Yeah,
picks
he
up
grabs
the
the
Uzi
Uzi before.
and just shoots the other guy. This is a matter of 5 seconds.
But like,
the scene
it's
goes
like
on.
punch, throw, grab, and then he shoots the floor as he's
Yeah.
putting it and shoots the guy right up the middle. And then the Korean who didn't have his face smashed in, who only got hit with the thing, is like, ugh, and he's like, who are you? Ugh. And then, you know, the
Korea's
guy's
like, I don't understand you.
yeah, he's speaking Korean, and Dolph's like, some kind of Chinese. And then just elbows him in the head and caves his skull in.
Just nose goes.
Yeah, it'll be that scene.
That actually be a really cool scene.
Yeah. Okay, so he's armed now, and he's gonna go save the president. What's the president been doing, being held at gunpoint? What are they forcing him to do?
Giamatti,
Yeah, what are they forcing him to do?
he is tied up, and
I don't think he should be tied up. I think they go to tie him up, and he's like, get your hands off me, I'm the fucking president.
If it's Paul Giamatti, he's getting tied up.
But he'll have that scene, I'm the fucking president, and then the guy will slap him,
Just backhand him.
and he'll be
It's
like,
just gonna be a nice backhand.
yeah, and he'll be like,
He's just gonna get that
the
little
little
whip.
bit, and he's like, not my president, or whatever, I didn't vote for you, something stupid like that. They want to transfer the entire U.S. Treasury to North Korea.
No, isn't U.S. Treasury in the...
No, like the entire wealth of the United States, like the country's wealth.
So they're holding the president hostage for that?
Yeah,
Alright.
and they want all the money in America to go to North Korea.
And the president's like, that's not logically possible.
No, it's logically possible because in the president's desk, there's a thing he can sign that says it.
Really?
Maybe
I don't know.
in
Sure.
this movie, why not? That, or they want to, or they
What's it
want-
called? Executive order
Yeah, something or executive order.
green.
Oh, not executive order green. Or it could be that North Korea wants us to launch nukes.
No,
at-
it's 90s, so it's the cheesy transfer the money
Yeah.
electrically.
He pulls out like a crappy like laptop.
It happens like that.
Yeah. And it shows like the green DOS screen, you know?
And the whole time he's like, we're not going to do it. I only have the password. If you want it, you need to keep me alive.
I only have half the password. Where's the other half? You'll never know.
Dolph Lundgren has it.
No. The vice president has it. But guess what? The vice president is actually North Korean, and he's been setting this up all along.
No.
Yes! Because finally, we get to see the vice president, because the vice president's been helping Dolph this whole time. And he's like, where'd you learn that? And he was like, I was a Marine, but really he was a North Korean spy, helping Dolph fight through it.
So can this be Jet Li?
Yeah, Jet Li will be the vice
All right.
president. First Asian American vice president ever. And he's,
I know he's not Korean, but
whatever.
come on.
He plays Chinese. guy.
90s. They
Yeah.
do it all the time.
I mean, isn't he Japanese? And no, he's Chinese, and he was in a bunch of Japanese action flicks and stuff, so who cares? Or we could get the guy from Old Boy.
Yeah. He would actually make more.
Sung-woo
Actually,
Park.
Jet Li plays a really good bad guy.
Okay, so Jet Li's the vice president, Korean plant.
So they're like, so the president's like, I only have half of it. Where's the other half? You'll never know. And the door just swings open.
And he's like,
I think I know.
or he goes, what's Jet Li's character? Something racist, like Chang or something. He's like, Chang, you're here. And then all the guards turn to point, and he's got the gun on them, and everyone's got the guns, and then they put their guns down.
And he just goes, ha, ha, ha,
and
ha.
starts speaking in Korean, and they salute him, and he goes, "Not you. You were the best man at my wedding." And then he hits Giamatti. Giamatti's on the ground, like bloody and in tears.
So what are they gonna do? A torture scene to get the
Yeah,
thing
torture. And like we'll cut from Dolph Lundgren. This is now like the climax. So Dolph Lundgren needs to get to the Oval Office right now because he heard through the radio what's going on and he put it all together. So it'll be a scene
out?
of
So this is John Wick scene where he just
where
fights
he's
through.
where he's running as fast as he can.
So this has to be the scene where he's running through the hallways, picking up weapons after he runs
and
out of
just
ammo,
mowing people down, grabbing their gun, mowing a new guy down.
pulling a knife out of his boot.
He does that thing where he's up against the wall and the guy comes running around the corner and he catches him with the knife. Like the guy runs into the knife and goes, "Oh!" and then dies. Okay, so he gets to the Oval Office.
Do you want to have him get there that fast?
I'm just saying he gets there,
Ah,
you know. And it's Jet Li's got his arm around and a gun to the president's head. And he's like, all he has to do is put one more code in and it's all over, you know, because he's been putting in the password really slow because his fingers are all broken and he can't talk because Jet Li stomped his jaw, you know. And so then Dolph Lundgren busts in, kills the two guards. Jet Li's got him gun to his head, and they're having this standoff.
this is what needs to happen. Dolph Lundgren looks at the president, eye to eye. You have that quick scene. It's like,
Yeah.
and he just goes, "For America." Shoots the president.
No, I think
Because the president was cowering.
they should be holding guns, and it's like, well, what you know, Mexican standoff, and then the president's like, shoot me, and shoot me, and he goes, I can't do that, Mr. President,
No.
and puts his gun down, and then Jet Li starts laughing, and bam, through the window behind him comes Eddie Murphy, and he just tackles Jet Li to the ground.
Well, we haven't decided what Eddie Murphy was doing before all this to make
He was
that
just
make
hanging
sense.
out with the girl, and he was watching the cameras with the little girl because they make it to the security thing. So they're watching and they're trying to help his dad out by making doors lock, by turning on the fire.
So what room are they in right now? The Oval Office?
They're in the Oval Office. You know, there's those 3 windows behind the president's desk. So Jet Li is standing holding the president with a gun to his head. Dolph Lundgren is looking at Jet Li, who's standing behind a window. We don't know this, but Dolph Lundgren saw Eddie Murphy skulking around.
I do like the idea of Eddie Murphy being the hero, but the execution.
I just want it to be because that's such a 90s thing to do, have the joke.
See, I think it would be funnier if they were closer to the door of the Oval Office. And all of a sudden he just busts through with one of those long tables, knocks Paul Giamatti and Jet Li to the ground, and Dolph Lundgren goes, "Time to say goodnight." And just shoots fucking Jet Li. It's better than him flying through the window, because there's no reason why Eddie Murphy should be flying through windows. I know
We're
it's
talking
90s.
about a 90s movie.
I know it's 90s,
There's no
but I
reason
feel
why
like
Jackie
I
Chan...
feel like it'd be funnier for him to bust through with a big table.
There's no reason why Jackie Chan should be fighting 10 guys in a ladder factory. Yet it happens.
Yeah,
all the
it's a
time.
great scene.
I know. So he'll the daughter will lose internet. So he has to go to the roof to fix some sort of thing, and we'll have another scene where he's like hiding from Koreans and stuff like that, because I guess there's like 80 Koreans in the White House or some ridiculous amount. So he goes up to the roof to replug something in, and he's on the radio and he's like, I did it. And then he goes, and then Dakota Fanning's like, oh no, not Dad. And then it cuts to the standoff scene again, and it cuts to Dolph Lundgren's arm getting tired, and he lowers the gun, right? And you're like, oh no. And then that's when Eddie Murphy swings in, so he like runs and jumps and swings in, and he's holding like, I guess, a bed sheet as like a rope, and he kicks Jet Li to the ground, falls on the president's desk, goes, I got him, and then Dolph runs off and just shoots Jet Li in the
Can
head.
we at least have a cool fight scene between Jet Li and Dolph Lundgren then?
Yeah, they get into a fist
Not
fight.
just a quick run up and shoot. They need to have a fucking epic fight.
Okay, so he
Because you
kicks
can't just waste
Eddie
Jet Li.
Murphy dies.
Oh.
Yeah, so after he kicks the president and him and all them down, Jet Li is on the ground and he looks over and he grabs his gun and he shoots Eddie Murphy, and then Dolph kicks the gun out of his hand, but not before the shot
So
gets
Dolph
off.
Lundgren has a Goku moment.
Yeah, where he's too slow and Eddie Murphy gets shot in the stomach and he's like, oh, and we think he's dead. And we're like, no, you know, because
So Dolph Lundgren gets rage and just they have an
And they're-
epic fist fight.
and Dolph Lundgren is doing just brawling, like he's boxing,
Jet Li's doing the quick,
kung
like,
fu,
yeah.
stuff like that, like parrying and shit, and
And Dolph Lundgren's just taking the hits.
yeah, just
going,
taking,
yeah.
just getting punched in the face and then throwing one, and they're all fucked up and bloody, and they're both super tired, and then
Eddie Murphy finds a gun on the ground.
Murphy,
You don't even see him. You just hear.
yeah, you just hear a
Like,
gunshot.
Eddie Murphy just go.
You hear a gunshot, right? Oh no!
You watch
Jet
me
Li
Dakota
pulls a
Fanning?
gun. Jet Li pulls a gun because they're fist fighting, and eventually Jet Li gets like kicked, and he lands, and he looks over, and under the desk is the gun he was using originally. So he grabs the gun, rolls, gets up, laughs. You hear a gunshot, and then you see the blood
It has to be
start
Dakota
trickling.
Fanning.
Yup.
Yeah.
And then 180s, and Dakota Fanning standing there with like a fucking 357 Smith & Wesson.
And then the scene just stops. The next scene is Eddie Murphy on a stretcher.
On a stretcher.
That's how it always ends
Yep.
in those fucking
Stretcher.
movies.
And he gives him a thumbs up, and he's like, "Remind me to never do you a favor again." And they all laugh, and then Dakota's like broken mentally because she just murdered a person.
She's like on Dolph Lundgren's shoulder.
Yeah. What do we call it? After no. Presidential privilege.
If we're going 90s movies, it has to be. The Oval.
Executive order.
We could do that. Or Oval Office Shootout.
No, that's lame. Blood in the Oval Office. Nah, because that would sound like a murder mystery. Executive order is pretty good because it's an executive order to sign off away all the money.
Hold on. Oval Office. Executive order.
Starring Dolph Lundgren, Paul Giamatti, Eddie Murphy, Dakota Fanning, and Jet Li. Coming to a theater near you. I'd watch it.
I'd watch it. Hell
It's
yeah.
a fucking stupid fun movie.
Thanks so much, you guys. If you want more of these, let us know in the comments.